Welcome once again to another episode of Nights with Ricky. I'm your host, Ricky Reeves, and we're going to get right into it and look at that title on the screen. The difference between dating interracial versus effing interracial. I'm trying to clean up my little language there so I don't get flagged or nothing like that. There's a major difference between dating someone of another race and then having sex with someone of another race. And I'm going to break it down to you in several different categories and stuff like that. So, there's a myth that goes around about black men being well endowed. They even have a category on like pornography sites called BBC, for big black cock. And that category gets a lot of attention. And to back it up a little bit, I find it crazy that the number one category in pornography is interracial, yet we have so much racial tension in the world. Somebody's lying. That's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, there's that myth about black men, and it seems that, I see a lot of different races of women. They want to find out what that is about and if it's true or not. They did a study. I say it was like I read this study in like 2013, and it's online. You can Google it online. It said 87% of white women have had fantasies of having sex with a black man, but only 13% of them seen them as providers or, anything more than that. And that is what brought me to this video, showing that there is a major difference in that. And I say that some of the white women I've known in my life, I've been used for that purpose. I've just been used for that myth purpose. Nothing more, nothing less than that. And I didn't have a problem with it. I just didn't have a problem with it at all. But that's just me. And I just noticed that they chose to have their children and a husband of a person of their same race. But they like to have sex with other races, just for that reason only. And it's just something that happens. I mean, it's just something that happens. I tend to go and date, if I date interracial, and I've done this several times in my life, whether it's white, Mexican, Asian, East Indian, West Indian, anything just that's not my descent, I've dated. And because I'm all about if you look good, if you're attractive. I don't really care about they got to be this and that and this, because I think once you set up like a certain thing, she has to have long hair, she's got to be this tall, she's got to look like this. Once you start setting those things up, then you're like eliminating your options. You could be running into a really beautiful thing and you don't even know it, but you're so dead set on this one particular type of woman, you're letting all these good ones probably just go by, because that's one thing about it. You can always learn something in any type of relationship. You can always learn something, no matter what it is, from some woman. I guarantee it. And that's the reason why dating interracial is beneficial as well. You get to learn about different cultures. You get to learn how, like, lingos, certain talk that's between races. Food, you get more exposed to food, and you get exposed to, like, if they believe in certain religions and stuff like that. You get exposed to all these different things, and you just get exposed to their way of life, their backgrounds. There's a difference between, a rich white woman and a trailer park white woman. But it's all a different thing and a different scenario, and it doesn't make them one better than the other. You got the Mexican woman that, you got Mexican women that they want to be white. They try to look white. Then you got the Mexican women that are darker, and, they're not, they're working in warehouses. They usually, just, that's all they're doing is working in warehouses and stuff like that. but that doesn't diminish their value. I still look at them. If they're attractive, if they're attractive, they're attractive, plain and simple. And I don't really care about status when it comes to that. Like, I mean, it's great if you come from a great background, you got money and stuff like that, but it's not a big deal to me. I don't really care if you have money or not. It's just something I really don't care about. As long as you get a good person and you got a good personality and you're pleasant to be around, that's all that matters to me at the end of the day. But I've been seeing, of every race, they have the best of the best and the worst of the worst. When it comes to class, they got the middle, they got the high class, middle class, low class. I've seen all of them. I've dated all of them. And, one thing is for certain with all this, they're all the same. They really are. There's nothing better than, nothing less than. It's all the same. I don't care what nobody else really says. It's pretty much all the same. But I noticed when I had dated Mexican women, so the Mexican women that I have dated, they were really into me, and they didn't care about what what their race would say about dating me. They accepted me, and they invited me to meet their parents and meet their families and stuff like that. And it was great. I really enjoyed that, and I had enjoyed going to parties, different things. I went to I forgot where when they turned 13 years old. It's a blank right now, but I went to a few of those actually, and it was just nice, when I was dating them. Now, when I was fucking, oh, I said I was gonna clean up, but it's already got. When I was effing just a Mexican woman, and that's all she wanted. She did not want to be seen with me in public. She only would call me when she wanted to do that. She just and she acted as if she didn't even like black men. Like, she would act like that. And I would be looking at this like, wow, she's acting like she don't even like black men. But I'm having sex with her. So I just thought that was always strange. But I just figured it out. That's all I was good to her for. That's all I was going to provide for her for. And, kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. But once I had thought about it, the big picture totally made sense to me. It just made clear sense to me. It's like they like that feeling. They like that feeling that you can give them, but they just don't want you to be. They care about their reputations of their race over their emotions, because she would treat me well and stuff like that, but I just could not be seen with her in public. It would have to be we got to meet over at this certain part of town, and then we're gonna go to this hotel. All this different stuff. I mean, she could have been married to. Some of these women that I mess with, they could have been married to. Who knows? But I just know for sure they did not want to be seen with me in public when I was effing interracial. Major difference. It's just a lot of different things come into that aspect. Like, I noticed like a lot of black women, they don't admit to sleeping with white men, but I know they do. I know a few of them slip through the tracks. And then I notice that light-skinned black women, they tend to always get a real darker male. I don't know what that's about, but they make sure that, I'll say 75% do, that I've known in my lifetime. And they'll just get that kind of man because they want to make sure their blackness, is like, I am a black woman. That's pretty much compensating for that. And I know it's that white women, they don't like I guess I'm pretty dark for them, but they want midnight. That's what they like. They want it like that. you know, because they have something about how that skin against their skin, it just looks great, you know, and they that's what they look for. Uh, you know, it's kind of like, you know, well, that's kind of, it's kind of stereotypical, but I mean, this is just what happens. This is what I have seen happen when it comes to this particular subject. And I just don't know why it is. But everybody, you know, especially fair skin, they want to be accepted for some reason. They'll take advantage of their fair skin, but they just don't want to be seen with certain individuals of certain races in public. But when it's time to have sex in between them sheets and no one else is around watching, they all for it. You know, you wouldn't think this was the same person. You'd be like, who is this right here? I mean, there is some things as secrets, and everything ain't meant to be told. But I'm just telling you my experiences from dating interracial versus effing interracial. It's a major difference. And if you're watching this video and you feel like you probably have gone through this before, I mean, you take a look at just your past and just think about a few of the words I said. I mean, I could have left a few things out, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And just tell you, there's a major difference between dating interracial and effing interracial, for sure. Like I said, the number one category in pornography is interracial. Yet we have so much racial tension in this world. Like I said, somebody lying, and somebody's got to tell the truth eventually. But yeah, that's my little gist on it. So if you definitely like, share, and subscribe to this video. Like I said, thank you for all the new subscribers coming to the channel. Thank you for the returning subscribers. I appreciate y'all so much. And I'm just going to keep trying to keep coming out with content and making as many things as I can when I can make it. So until next time, peace.